Hey, a little bit late this time. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, and me and Eve have just got back from the Chagford Filmmaking Group's shoot of The Ladely Worm. And it's got us really excited about production design for next year. We've met some fantastic artists. You'll excuse the glitter. You can probably see I'm covered in fairy glitter. It's a bit of a different on-set etiquette than we're used to. But it's
Dave's
great.
covered in glitter most days of his life, so don't worry.
Only on a Thursday, man. So it was great fun, really good. What we're going to talk about tonight is our plans for production design over the next year, because it's become more and more apparent to us over the years that there are some incredibly talented 17, 18, 19 and above year old artists, in all senses of the term, who have no outlet for what they do. And of course we're constantly needing artists as part of the production design team, which Shaz heads up.
For those who don't know, production design is basically everything that you have created to go in front of the camera. You know, this covers set design, costume, makeup, props, right down to the base level of the concept art for this and the planning it out to making it. So everything art related in the film comes under the production design banner. So I'll be heading up that department as the production design. I collaborate with Dave basically because we have very similar aesthetic tastes. So if Dave has an idea, then I try to formulate that and just nurture it, which then I would pass on to my production design team, as it were, of artists, and then it goes through the chain until it ends up as something functional in front of the camera.
Yeah, so you're basically the word of my vision for the story, and you go out and filter that down to the rest of the team. But of course we need a bigger team, we constantly need a bigger team. You've got famous production design houses like Weta Workshops in New Zealand.
And ILM being one of the first big ones.
Yeah, specifically for visual effects. And basically we're looking to replicate that sort of team, and we figure there's so many good artists around, we've got a great outlet for them. So what we're going to try and do specifically next year is we're going to try and get out to colleges, to universities, to even to secondary schools and stuff, and find these artists and interact with them, and try and build an online collaboration system whereby we can specialise people into their different skill sets. So say, for example, we have this online system whereby, as an example, we need an axe designing for a character. We can say to the first department, which is full of people who are great at coming up with ideas lightning fast and sketching them down and moving on, and they can all sketch 10 designs of this axe each, and over a week that can be uploaded online. We can take a look at it. Shaz can take out his best pick, come to me to refine the list or whatever, and then when we've got a short list, that can go on to the next department, who might be particularly talented digital painters, onto the next department that might be oil painters. And then when a final design has been agreed, we can go to the maquette stage, and we can have small miniatures made up, and then that will then go on to the actual props manufacture stage.
So basically it starts from the very bottom, or from just the initial ideas and sketches, all the way to becoming something that is reality, basically, and that is all engrossed in the production design. So it's a very, very big. You need a very big team. You need a very talented team.
Loads and loads of creative people to be able to do it. And we feel incredibly passionately that specifically in this country, there are so many people that can do it, and we can put together a team in the southwest to build a big enough production house that we can get some fantastic content coming through. And we've seen great examples of this on the shoot that we've been doing up in Chagford. We're going to play a quick video now of some of the people we've met along the way and a couple of examples of what they can do. Hey, so we're still here on the set of The Ladely Worm of Spindleton Hugh. We've been talking tonight about the production design team that we're building next year across the southwest, and we found the first few members, the first few victims of the crew to start it off. So we have James, we have Amy, and we have Laura.
Hi.
Okay, respectively they do model work, they do sculpting and costume. We've got a couple of examples of stuff you've done.
Yeah,
so first of all, James is a fantastic sculptor, and we've got some stuff here.
Not
These
the
are
milk
some,
bowl.
Focus in on that.
some miniatures that he's done. These are examples of Games Workshop stuff, which he's copied for an interview with Games Workshop. We've got like a space marine and a white dwarf here, and a little brass globe that's a navigation item for Noah's Ark, which he's done. And in fact, some stuff that they've worked on here. I don't know if you've got much glare on there.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
We have a suit of samurai armour made of denim and Kevlar, And some close-ups of some of these miniatures that have been sculpted.
They're just brilliant.
They're
They
just
really are.
phenomenal. And there's
Absolutely
the brass here again. Miniature swords. This is a £2 coin here for size reference. Fantastic stuff. And a full-size sword made with a head. We've got a close-up here of the head, the pommel. A couple of horses, very similar to Theoden's sword from the Two Towers. And some concept sketches, which is exactly what we're looking for. Obviously, we've been talking about building up the different departments and how work is going to flow from one department to the other. I've got like a modern steampunk flintlock auto pistol and a steam-powered bike for an orc from Warcraft. We're going to show you some footage of the fountain that was designed by the Lord of the Rings concept artist Alan Lee, which was made by these guys. And we'll see if we can grab some stills as well. If we can't get them for tonight's vlog, then we'll throw them up over the next couple of weeks of some costumes that have been designed and some links to Laura's website. Okay, so you've seen a couple of examples of people that we've met along the way. They're going to be, hopefully, we haven't signed them on just yet, but they're going to be some of the first members of the team. Really, really talented people, and it's really exciting to see the formation of this group. So I guess the reason we're saying this, if you know anybody, if you yourself feel that you want to get involved, or you know anybody that wants to get involved with this kind of stuff, it's mainly going to be being rolled out next year once Zombies is out of the way. We're going to be working on 4 short films next year, and that's going to be the baptism of fire for the team. And we'll see where it takes us.
Well, as I said, if anybody's interested or knows somebody who's interested, my email address is on the website. Just drop me a line, tell me what specifically you're interested in, where your talents lie, and then we will get in touch with you, really, and hopefully go forth to putting together a great production design team.
Amen. So more on this soon.